Right. Hello, guys. It's Employer Branding Institute running Employer Branding Stars podcast. I'm Barbara Zaik. I'm going to be a host today. And today with me, it's Shu Hu from Trip.com. You probably know Shu Hu from the case study she delivered at the Employer Branding Star Global Festival. And we thought that might be great to follow up and, check what's going on with the Trip.com going global. So yeah, this is going to be a great meeting, I think, and welcoming you, Shu Hu. If you could, for those who don't know you yet, if you could, say a little bit about you, would be great.
Yes, thank you so much, Barbara, and it's great. I feel like grateful to be able to be here. Thanks for having me. And hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, maybe most of you, but here I am. I'm Shu Hu, and I'm from Shanghai, China, and I'm in charge of global employer branding for Trip.com Group, which is a company. We call ourselves a global leading online travel provider. And we started in China, and we have already have like 25 years history. But right now we're very aggressively and ambitiously going global. So I would be happy to share the story I have in this company doing employer branding and try to bring this company to gain, global reputation and awareness. So
yeah, great. This is like a huge story. But as you said, rapidly going global and growing your employer brand, that must be a challenge.
yes.
Different markets, different languages, different cultures. So that is something. So I'm happy to have you. And we're going to start with our formulas, like five most important things on the road you would like to share. If you like to share anything with us, that would be great. As we know, employer branding is about seeing, also experiencing with with your eyes. So that's the format of this podcast. So yeah, I'm really, I can't wait for the story. So tell us how it is and what was your challenge. What do you bring to us today?
Yeah, okay. So the topic I prepared for today is building a global employer brand from scratch. So as I said, the background information is that this company used to be a purely Chinese company, and it has been growing into a very dominant player in the travel industry in China. But starting from 2019, this company decided to go global. So that's why, there are dramatic change inside the organization, and it actually grow very rapidly, despite of the pandemic, like 3 years pandemic, that's really slowed down the speed. However, we are very dedicated in this global journey, and if you take a look at our stock option, like stock price in the market in NASDAQ, you will see a dramatic increase in recent months, saying that we're really doing a very good job in terms of global expansion. And right now, we've already have offices and teams in over 30 countries in the world. So that's how fast this business is growing. And at the same time, the challenge for the HR team is that we have to hire people, right? We have to attract top talent to join this company just in order to maintain the fast growing speed. So here comes the challenge to us in terms of employer branding, because we are very big in China already, but when it comes to overseas market, we're very small. And we have to compete with giant player such as Booking, Expedia, Agoda, who is already very mature in global markets, and we need to compete with them in terms of talent attraction. So there are a lot of things to do, and actually we don't have a very solid foundation of employer branding before 2019, and I have to say. So basically, we have to start from scratch, and we don't have that many resources to support us. Basically, me and my teammates, 2 people, taking care of the employer branding global-wise. So you can see like how challenging it was, because there's a lot of things to do and a lot of countries to cover, and with very little resources. So I think it's for me it's like adventure that I like every day is very new, and I have to figure out what's my next task to do, and how to evaluate the we say the ROI, the return of investment of each of my effort. Yeah. Right. So that's the background. So
wow, that's already I just feel like a pressure.
Exactly. But it's challenging, but very interesting at the same time. Like every time you deliver something, you will feel a great sense of achievement, and you can see that the effort we make actually do have a very big impact to both the organization and or the our employees or the external candidates. So I think it's very rewarding at the same time. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
so tell us more. Like, how you even starting? Going global from China to 30 countries. Like,
so
what was the first steps? Yeah, go. Sorry, I just don't want to interrupt you, Flo. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I think because I have listed like 5 different talking points about like how I navigate in this journey. So I think these are the like top 5 or tips or something that I think it's very important under this circumstances. So I can just say it out all. So first is the understanding the context, and the second is prioritizing the tasks, and then the third, leveraging resources, and then the fourth, measure results, and the fifth is use tools to cater multicultural context. So maybe I'll start from the first one, which is the understanding context. So speaking of context, I mean the we really need to understand the company strategy, and have the basic knowledge of how our business is going, and also to be updated in terms of the pace of our global expansion. So speaking of company strategy, I think it's very straightforward for us. It's just globalization, right? And at the same time, inside this company, we have another very key talking point, which is great quality. So we want to expand in the globe very fast, and at the same time remain a very high quality in terms of all the deliveries. So this is like the ask from the top, right? So we just follow it, and at the same time, because inside our company we provide like travel services and products in all dimensions in travel industry. So including accommodation like hotels, and then flight, air ticketing, train ticketing, vacations such as like day tour, rent like car rentals, all kinds of things, and and also finance and corporate travel. A lot of we have different multiple business units. So for us, even if we were not doing business ourselves, but when we do employer branding, we also need to understand how does each business operate. For example, like the pioneer of our the pioneer group in our company to explore the global market is our hotel business. So basically, they maybe at very first they have just one person in certain country, and they connect with different like hoteliers and set connections, and then have them to listed on our platform to be able to seen by the customers and make purchases. So this is how like this business grow global wise. So with that knowledge, we will be able to understand that, okay, for this business to be able to expand, they will need business development kind of talent. So at this stage, at like the early stage of global expansion, the the demands of attracting business development kind of top business development talent in each market is very important for the whole for the company to implement the whole globalization strategy. So for us, we will know that, okay, so this group of people is a key target. So maybe for this period of time, we will need to focus on this group of people. So that's how we decided, for example, when setting up campaigns to warm up and penetrate the global market on LinkedIn or on Facebook, we will firstly target business development talent in accommodation industry or in other OTA industries. So this is like you can see that we understand how the business grow in different market, and then it give us the hint in terms of how we plan our job in terms of like employer branding. So this is the second thing I want to mention. And also the development status in different markets. So as I said, we have a footprint in over 30 countries, but it's really difficult for us to cover everything. So we have to be very selective in terms of which market is the key market for us to invest, right? So for us, right now, we're very clear that the Asia market is one of the most important market. And we know that the company goal, the short-term goal of this company is to become maybe number one in Asia in maybe 3 to 5 years. So right. Asia market is very important. It's the tier one market for us. And it's the same for employer branding as well, because this for business, Asia is very important. It's directly related to like the business will hire a lot of people in this market as well. So sure. For us, Asia come first, and then maybe Europe the second. But and also we need to still look after the Americas and Oceania and the other market. So and by understanding the context of the company, actually it gives us the very clear guideline in terms of how we prioritize our tasks. Yeah. So that links to my second topic. All right. So as I said, we can be very clear in terms of the targets, audience we want to reach, and the key market. And at the same time, I'll say like there are a lot of short-term needs coming to me every day saying that, hey, I'm gonna hire someone for example, in Japan, but I can't receive any resumes for quite a long time, but it's very urgent. Can you help me to do a campaign or something like that? So there are a lot of short-term needs. So, right. But the thing is that we do not have abundant resource to support them all. So so we need to be very smart in terms of helping our recruiters or our business to decide whether, for example, running a campaign is a good solution for you to reach out to your target candidate. So we need data. We need our understanding in terms of the market, which I will mention later. So and at the same time, catering the short-term needs is already a very big pressure for us. But at the same time, from a professional perspective of doing employer branding, I do know that having a long-term goal is important as well. So a lot of times, like the recruiters will come to me to ask me to set up a job campaign. But after several rounds of campaigns, we can see that maybe if we haven't touched this certain group of people before, if we and then we will run a campaign all of a sudden, it may not be very effective, because it's only a very short period of time. But for people who never know us before, they actually need more time to know who we are, and they need more information to make a decision. So when, like, apart from catering the short-term needs, I have to be very consistent in terms of the ongoing or daily operation of branding initiatives.
Yeah.
Like the branding initiative is not like I set up a campaign and I will need application to come in, but it's more of like I need to promote ourselves in a very consistent way. We have to have content, all kinds of content, and in all different channels. We have to make sure our exposure is in a very consistent and in a very consistent level, and we need to penetrate our key target group constantly, just to warm them up, but not for the purpose of ask them to join us right now. Yeah. So it's a balance. So in terms of, for example, I only have like $10 as my overall budget. Maybe at first I spend all of the $10 to cater the short-term needs, but as time goes on, and we see that we do need to have long-term goal, and then I would just allocate maybe 60% of my total budget for the long-term effort, and only 40% for the short-term.
So is there any rule you decide how much you should spend on branding and how much in recruitment, or it was just intuitive?
Yeah, I think right now my rule is like 60% and 40%. 60% for branding for long term, and 40% for short term, because that is because right now, like as our recruitment team has become more mature, they do have more resources to identify the right talent. So I can spare more money on the branding initiative, and at the same time, beginning from this year, I think it's already a good time for us to concentrate on long-term building, like development, like brand development. Yeah. So I educated internally, saying that it's equally important to take a look at our followership on social media, and and our ratings on Glassdoor, like those are equally important as the ultimate number of applications or hires. So, right. I think the management team also listen to the advice and support my strategy right now. So right now I'm like, for me, I would spend more time on long-term development versus short-term.
Yeah, it works. So I was just wondering, you said you needed to be coherent, you still need to be coherent, but what about the localization of the, I'm not saying EVP maybe, but targeting the needs and adjusting to the needs, let's say, to Japanese development people, like, was it hard, or did you or you just go global, no localization? How you managed to do that?
Yeah, I think this is a very good question, and I think I can show something here. Because actually, when we do branding global wise, we do have we do have different like insights for different markets.
Yeah, because this is always a question: how to stay coherent globally, but still being very
So
addressing the
I think
needs of local people, right?
not sure if I can share my screen from share my slides because it's not in the browser. It's in the PowerPoint, but I can't find the tab for me to share. I think that it's just, let me try this. Can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So is it the graph, right? Is it the slide? Is it the slide that you can see?
Yeah, I know. I've seen the black.
The black right now is the black.
Yeah, it's like definitely you're sharing something, but can you just go to the next slide? Maybe this is something that we need to.
Because yeah, I'm moving my slides.
All right, so we do not see.
All right, so yeah, and let me just post the sharing first. Maybe just allow us to share from the browser, but not other applications on the desktop. Yeah,
But try to just share the entire screen when you go to share screen.
I think I tried. All right, this one.
There's a Chrome tab window and entire screen, so maybe that is.
Maybe this one. How about now?
Yeah, it's working.
It's good. Okay, good. All right, that's good. Okay, so actually you can see here. This is a screenshot, like or the data that of one of the campaigns we run on LinkedIn, and then you can see that we have different markets here. Like this is Australia, Europe, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, North America, and Southeast Asia. And you can see that the data, the performance is really varies from the region to region. It's very easy for us to penetrate or to gain followers in Southeast Asia. Maybe it's because our business is more mature in Southeast Asia market. But when it comes to Australia or you can see the Korea, it's totally different, right? Like the followers is really we spend the same amount of money, but we gain much less followers in Australia and Korea. And at the same time, we spend much more money in these countries in order to get one followers. So and it's the same story for Japan. And Japan is a very, very unique market. So based on those data, we actually have the insight that, all right, so maybe like LinkedIn and Facebook is a very good tool in Southeast Asia and in Europe and in Hong Kong and Taiwan, but maybe it's not the best solution for Korea and Japan. So when it comes to like building brand for Japan, we actually have different solutions. So we have like for all the other regions, we use global channels to do all the communication externally. But for Japan, they have different channels. They use Twitter. In Japan, Twitter is very popular, but not the same popular in other regions. So we set up the Twitter account for Japan exclusively. And it is because in Japan, people tend to see content in Japanese instead of English. So we set up an exclusive Facebook and Instagram account for Japan, only post content in Japanese.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. So this is like we just started this effort, and we find it's like, and we just set up the Facebook for Japan, and actually we try to spend some money to gain followers, and we find it's even like it's more difficult or less cost effective to have them to follow us
Right.
versus in other countries. So yeah, and I think another case is in Korea. For global wise, like, Glassdoor is one of the very popular sites for people to know, for people to learn about the employers, and it's about the reputation of employer, right? So, but for in Japan, like in Korea, they use different channels. So they have their own version of Glassdoor called Job Planet. Maybe I can share with you here. There you go. It's called Job Planet, right? And so we just, in order to maintain a good reputation in Korea, we have our own page. And you can see that we set up content, we showcase our teams on this page, like, and different, like, the company news and work environments, videos, something. So this is very exclusive for Korea as well. So I think this is how we what we do in terms of localization, just to cater different needs. But for other countries, for Southeast Asia, it's very like all the global channels works.
Yep.
And in Europe the same, and the Americans the same. So we gain a lot of experience and insight in terms of what works in which country. Yeah. So that's very interesting.
Yeah. So it seems like a huge job. So how big is your team now?
It's two. It's two of us.
It's still two, right?
It's two of us. But maybe I'm looking for maybe there will be one more headcount for me, like in the later this year, hopefully.
Right. So is it like for each country looking for the external vendor to help you with the, I don't know, let's say sites for Korean guys, or is like because this is also the question about the resources that you need going global but still being into local market.
Yeah, I think actually right now we don't have that much luxury to set up external agency support in each country. So most of the work is done done by our team. So, but at the same time, we need to leverage other resources. For example, our local HR team. Like in each country, we do have HR folks, but not a very full pack team, not very fancy, but maybe in a lot of places there's one HR folks in that office managing all the HR staffs. But yeah, we will leverage their support, and they sometimes they will be if we aligned, this thing is very important to carry out, and they will be happy to support. So this is the we have even if I only have 2 members in my team, but we do have a very big virtual team global wise, because our country HR will support us. And at the same time, we work with PR team, and we work with marketing team as well. For example, for marketing team, a corporate branding team, they have the agenda to build up global content and set up global channels as well. So we work with them. We share our content calendar, and we maybe insert in some channels. There's content from our side. There's also content from their side. But from the perspective of external candidate, they see employer branding related content, such as like the employee activities, employee stories, job postings, and at the same time they see content from corporate branding about our business milestones, the big partnership happened global wise, the big business event. So there will be like a very full like information from different angles actually, and we find it a very good collaboration, and it's actually double the impact. Right. Yeah. So at the same time, and I want to also mention that in Shanghai, in headquarters, we work with external agencies who has global capabilities. For example, I just want to share one of the videos we have done like this year for the International Women's Day. We plan the video in headquarters, and we coordinate the global shooting. So this external agency, they go to different countries. They went to Singapore, they went to Japan, Korea, and also they have another team of staff go to London and Edinburgh for the shooting. So then at the end of the day, we have a very, for me, I'm very satisfied with the outcome. So maybe I can share with
sure.
All right, so
red, blue, yellow, blue, white color, blue です。
Trip.com Group has about 30,000 employees around the world, and 60% of them are women. Each of them is vibrant and unique. This time, we took trips to different cities and meet 6 of our fabulous female employees.
Hi guys. Hi. 안녕하세요.
Hi. Hello.
Are you doing your favorite? I just, okay. Scene 1.
ブルーは明るさとクールさを兼ね備えている色だと思います。
So red, sociable, energetic, optimistic, and enthusiastic.
Blue actually means calmness and freedom.
저는 흰색을 좋아합니다. 그 이유는 흰색은 어떤 색과도 잘 어울리기 때문이에요.
I think the color blue reminds me of the sky and the ocean, and both are things that really help me to immerse myself in nature.
Yellow represents me the best. I think it's quite a happy and joyful color.
한마디로 말해서 passionate.
Challenging, also very exciting.
チャレンジングで刺激的な環境です。
Quite an exciting journey.
It has been fast-moving for sure, but it's also a really enjoyable experience. Working at Trip.com has been a really eye-opening experience. It really gave me the opportunity to explore and learn more about myself.
Working in an environment which is multicultural, you learn a lot, be able to travel a lot and meeting many people, different cultures.
The most exciting part for me is we are on our journey to really doing the global market.
It's a really diverse and inclusive company. I get to learn about lots of different cultures and work with people all across the globe, which I find really interesting.
私は変化に対して常に前向きにポジティブに捉えるところがあります。
I think I'm really making effort to support others around me. That's what I would say I'm most proud of.
저는 공감 능력이 뛰어난 사람 지향적인 제 자신이 자랑스럽습니다.
Empathetic, we empower each other and we're always happy for each other.
Empathize with the people is quite important. I'm doing the product, so I really need to understand our customers, and also this will help me to collaborate with our partners and our colleagues to achieve our common goal.
Well, I really hope to get my driver's license soon.
Exploring the world and traveling as much as I possibly can.
私にとって仕事と子育ての両立はまだまだチャレンジングです。なのでもっとうまくできるようにしていきたいです。
Make Trip.com a truly globalized company.
Trip.com이 한국에서 넘버원이 될 수 있도록 기여할 것입니다.
Trip.com Group is like a colorful palette where a symphony of empowered women radiates their brilliance. We believe in their power to excel whatever goals they set their minds to.
I hope to travel to more exotic places.
Contribute to the public. Inspire others. Be a role model.
Buy a big house in Tokyo.
Looking after me. Feel of figure. Fifi and Sisi.
And embrace challenges.
Looking support my family.
여행에 가고 싶습니다.
Be more brave.
身体健康，
Contribute to all the work and my charity.
Enjoy my life.
all right, so that's it.
Wow, I really like it. I just really moving. It's like about women, different cities, different needs,
personalities, really. And the different dreams for
Yeah. Also, showing personal life, and I love the claim at the very end.
It's good that you like it. I think we really like it as well. Yeah. And we're happy that this video actually. I think it's only 1 month for us to prepare the videos, and this the agency that we work with is really efficient, and they finished all the shooting in 1 week, within 1 week. Yeah,
Wow.
so
They're working as fast as you.
yeah, exactly. Like everybody, like it's our like normal pace.
Yeah, I believe. Right. So what else you got? Because we've got 5 minutes left. So
Oh yeah. All right. So maybe I'll just mention a little bit about the measurement, because I think that's very unique, because, you know, in our company, we're a very result driven company. So I've been asked about whether what I have done is valuable, and how do we measure if it's something that this company really needs. So based on that, I think I can also share the screen. It's just my solution to their question. So basically, you can see that I divided all different, outcomes and, measurement and indicators into different group. So the most important is the result measurement, which includes the indicators that the organization will care about. For example, the followership in our social media, and our growth rate versus our, competitors. We're very aggressive. We want to be the number one fast growing followership among all the other competitors. And the penetration, the penetration in different markets. For example, we based on our needs, we want to target certain amount of talented in certain market, and we will measure the percentage of how many we have touched and how many left. So we will constantly measure the penetration in each market, and also Glassdoor ratings, and also the hires. So these are the measurement that this organization, our boss, will care about. And at the same time, progress measurement is something that to evaluate whether my team is doing a good job. So basically, it's about efficiency. For example, if the content we push out is attractive, or is welcome, so that this story can be told by engagement rate. And also, we will need to understand whether each penny we spend counts, right? So we will take a look at the cost per follower, et cetera, et cetera. So these are my methodology in terms of measurement. So hopefully it could be something that's helpful to other employer branding professionals as well, because I know measurement is something that we always talk about, like how do we make ourselves valuable, and how do we measure our work. Yeah, so this is something that I want to share.
Well, I like it's simple, but yet it's powerful. Yeah, because you've got what you really need to show you value. And progress you track, right? Because that's important.
Exactly.
And your pace is different countries, so very speedy road, right? Yeah. Thanks. So was it the last one, or you still have?
Yeah, I think the last one is that, because we're looking after like different markets, and I'm a Chinese. I'm not a native English speaker, but we do need to create a lot of like content mainly in English, but also sometimes in maybe Japanese or Korean as well. So at this time, I think ChatGPT is one of my best friends. So because for like if I turn for help from external agency in terms of copywriting, it could be very costly. It could be very expensive. But if I just throw a sentence into ChatGPT and ask him saying that, just make it sounds more exciting, and they will just come back to me with a very exciting paragraph, and then I can just use it right away. So I think this is really the technology change life. But I do hope that in the future, ChatGPT could be more professional in other languages, because right now it's okay, it's good, it's very good in English, but not so good in Japanese or other other languages. So I really hope that the technology could evolve in a very fast way. Yeah.
Well, I think it's only, the matter of time. It's learning,
Yeah.
very, very fast. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, thank you very much for, saying that, because these days employer branding is about AI as well. Like tools like ChatGPT that's new reality that we can use, and it's really influencing how we, do our job. So thank you for, mentioning that it's okay to use that. You don't have don't have to spend, a lot of money for copywriters.
Yeah.
You still can go with that. Great. So I've got a last question. It's like, because you say a lot about, rapidly growing your brand, going to different markets. What about the retention? Is like, this is on your scope, or do you even think like, okay, so we're hiring a lot of people globally. It's like, what about the retention? Like, because employer branding is sometimes, it's also thinking about, okay, so we, getting people using our main message, like an EVP and offering. Is it like, do you even look at these, second part of the role? Like, do people who we're hiring are staying with us, or is there is like, because this is really hard. You just keep
Yeah, of course. I think it's a very good topic, because for me, like I actually I'm not in the talent acquisition team. My manager actually look after like the organization and talent development, and also organization communication. So we're in a more like internal kind of, perspective in terms of HR team. So I think I really like the setup, because that gives me the vision from really like HR perspective, from organizational perspective. So actually, one of my key objective from this year is to implement our EVP spirit into the employee experience.
Yeah.
Like the full cycle of employee experience. So I think that's something, another challenge, because right now I actually have no idea where I should start, but I already come up with a methodology. For example, we start from the employee research, and asking them whether they are satisfied with the current operation, and how do they comprehend our EVP experience, and compare their comprehension with their actual experience. Is there any gap or something? And can we identify the problem to the space for improvement? So this is the methodology in my mind, but I haven't done anything to really implement that. So hopefully, I think maybe later this year, I will have opportunities to really roll out my plan to maybe start from one of the project or one of the scenarios, for example, promotion or performance assessment scenarios. Yeah. So this is my future plan, and hopefully next time we meet, I can tell you more about that.
Waiting for that. A lot of on your plate, fingers crossed for the next headcount.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's like it's stunning, really, what you're doing with all the regions, countries, channels, even tailored to the people needs. So congratulations on that, really impressive. And I like the production and visuals you do.
Thank you.
Maybe last question is like, because this is important, because you are very product driven company, right? It's like the consumer brands, it's really important. So do you, and I see we see that you use that in co-branding, like you use the consumer brand to even you see it in a copy. But so do you think about it on a kind of strategical way? Like we've got consumer brand being very strong. This is very important. Do you think about how to use it in employer branding, or is like just natural?
Right now, I think I have to say, to be honest with you, I haven't had a very strategic thinking about that. But we are trying to catch every opportunity to work with them. For example, right now we are building a candidate brochure in each market. So some of our like local HR mentioned that they want to put like a poster from a TV commercial, which our like consumer branding team like have like delivered. So they want to put this kind of commercial poster in our candidate brochure, so that even if our candidate never heard about this our brand, but they saw this TV show or they saw this like the huge commercial, and then they would it just reminds them of that. So I think this is a very tiny kind of point that we can work with, but but I'm still in a process of exploring a more strategic way. But it's just because sometimes it's because we do have different purpose in terms of external communication, and we have different target. Like they are more and they have different like objectives, because they want to have people to download our application, and they want to have people to purchase to place an order. But for us, it's not the same, right? We want to tell we are as a company, we are as an employer. So maybe that asks for different messages and different channels. So I think it's not easy for us to really align on some of the issues, but I hope that we do have an opportunity in the future.
Yeah, sure. There's a huge opportunities there because it's a great brand, great team of employee branding. So it was a real pleasure to have you. Thank you very much. It was Shu Hu from Trip.com. Guys, just follow the site and observe, because this, not very big but impactful team is doing a great job. We'll follow you, checking in few months what's going on, and good luck. Have a great fingers crossed for you, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Barbara, and thank you everyone for listening to me, and hope to see you next time.
Sure. Thanks.
All right.